Welcome to the Capital Gains Tax Solutions podcast, where we believe most high net worth individuals and those who help them struggle with clarifying their capital gains tax deferral options. Not having a clear plan is the enemy, and using a proven tax deferral strategy such as the Deferred Sales Trust or building your wealth passively with multifamily operators is the best way for you to grow your wealth. I'm your host, Brett Swarts, and each episode I'm joined by some of the best real estate, financial, and wealth minds in the world, where they share their ideas, deal stories, and inspiration. So together we can make complex tax deferral strategies simple and passive income plans achievable. Hey, I'm excited about our next guest. He is a founding partner of Invictus Multifamily. In fact, he's a serial entrepreneur who has helped build multiple multi-million-dollar companies from the ground up by creating efficient systems at scale, utilizing value-based content marketing strategies, and always focusing on providing exceptional end user experiences. He's a best-selling author, and he has successfully managed and owned personal portfolio of multifamily assets spread across the country before joining forces with his partner in 2019 to create Invictus Capital. And they are out of the Twin Cities. Please welcome to the show with me, Anthony Vicino. Anthony, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Yeah, glad to have you on here. And so curious, a little bit, maybe give us the 60-second version of your story and your current focus.
All right. So I'm a terrible employee. Knew right away coming out of college I wasn't going to be able to work for other people because I'm just terrible at it. So I went and did my own thing, started a bunch of businesses. I was a science fiction fantasy author for a while, started a window washing company. Now I run a manufacturing company and real estate. And what we do specifically is value add multifamily syndications up here in the Twin Cities. So we are a vertically integrated firm. We do the property management in-house. That allows us to be the closest to the end consumer, and in the end, deliver best results to our investors. So that's what we do.
Beautiful. I love that. And we're going to dive into those strategies and what you're seeing in the marketplace on the full episode. But in this episode, we're just focusing on one big question. And this is the question: what's the biggest frustration, Anthony, you've had, or it could be a client, it could be a partner, when it comes to capital gains tax deferral, specifically for multifamily syndications?
So I think the biggest one is going to revolve around the 1031, because that's like the bazooka in everybody's back pocket. It's a really powerful way to defer taxes, but there's a lot of limitations and a lot of, I would say, threading the needle that you have to do. It makes it very difficult, especially where a syndication is concerned. So a lot of people, they might have a property that they want to do a 1031, but the timing has to line up just right for it to work out in a syndication. And it also has to be of I would say, a certain size to really make sense to come into the structure. A lot of times, if you're not bringing a couple of $1 million in from a syndication, it doesn't really make sense to carve it out from a cost side, from the cost side of the picture. And so what ends up happening then is people have this 1031 money that they can't utilize well into a syndication. So they need to go looking for joint venture opportunities. And so one of the deals that we actually have under contract right now that we're executing is a 1031 with one of our joint venture partners. And it's an awesome one because the stars just kind of line up, right? We have the deal lined up that we're going to move the money into. We have the seller on the other property ready to go. So everything's lining up. But now we're in this sit and wait period where it's like, okay, if anything falls through on any one of these number of things, the whole deal, both deals are going to implode. And so there's a lot of stress associated with that as well.
Yeah, very well said. And that's part of why we started our company, because of the folks feeling trapped by capital gains tax and the 1031. But it is nice when all the stars do align. And it is nice when you have a proven operator like yourself who has a track record in this, and you have that client relationship or that potential investor relationship, and those stars do align. And when it does, it's magic. But when it doesn't, it can be a big challenge. That being said, Capital Gains Tax Solutions, we have a solution to save failed 1031 exchanges, and then a nice way to back in and go into deals via the trust versus having to carve out and 1031, which can be difficult. For our listeners who are listening, you want to learn more about that, you can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. But for our listeners who want to learn more about you, Anthony, and what you're doing in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota, cold place, right? But amazing place to I think it's growing. We're going to dive into on the full interview, but where can they find you and learn more about what you do?
So find us at invictusmultifamily.com. Right now, we have a free resource over there for individuals who are interested in learning more about passive investing. They don't want to deal with the toilets, the tenants, and the trash. They understand how powerful real estate is as an investment vehicle, but they maybe don't know where to start. And so this guide is going to walk you through how to vet operators, how to assess markets, how to underwrite deals, and then how to actually fund an opportunity. So go check that out, invictusmultifamily.com, or you can check out our podcast, which is Multifamily Investing Made Simple, where we just try to take the complexity out of real estate investing.
Beautiful. Absolutely love that. And for our listeners who want to learn more, again, with us, go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com, or for your business professional, go to experttaxsecrets.com. Look for the full interview to drop with Anthony here. We're going to dive into his full story, what he thinks about 2021 for multifamily investing, and where he's finding the best value add opportunities right now in multifamily. Thanks so much, everybody. Look for